So when it comes to these narcissists, you have got to understand that they have infiltrated all areas of society. So they have infiltrated schools, politicians, medical departments, families, friendships, relationships. So it is now undeniable that these particular individuals, they're everywhere. It doesn't matter where you want to look at. You always see there's one or two or three narcissists in that department. But today I want to focus on the medical field. So we're talking about doctors, nurses, we're talking about psychotherapists, we're talking about psychologists, we're talking about these people who are actually in positions, we're talking about professional positions to help other people. Upon my awakening, I've continued to realize that these individuals, they are very much into the medical departments. I've been seeing them online, you know what I mean? But me, you know, as you guys already know, on my channel, normally I don't like to do those name callings, and I'm not that kind of guy. You will see me going and hitting on different people, you know, other people who are, you know, doing some kind of work online or things like that. So I don't normally involve myself personally with other people doing their own thing, you know. But me personally, I know, because I'm, as you guys already know, I am an awakened person. So I know when I see a narcissist, I already know. I will know who they are. You know what I mean? Because a lot of you guys who are not unawakened, who are not awakened, it is most of the time very difficult for you to know these energy vampires. So sometimes you can even fall a victim. You can become a victim of them. Whether they are physical therapists, whether they are psychologists, whether they're online doing some kind of stuff, whether they are medics, whether they're whatever. But for the most of us who are already awakened, we know. You know what I mean? We know. We don't talk about it most of the times, but we know it. So the main aim of us helping you is because we want you to use your own discernment. So we help you to see the red flags, to see the things that you do not see, that we see, that you do not see. And those are the things that actually help you to build up your discernment. And so you can be able to protect yourself, because your best belief, these energy vampires, they're everywhere. Now, upon my awakening, I noticed a lot of times I encountered narcissists on my journey, pre-awakening and post-awakening. I encountered narcissists who are actually in the medical field. So those are the narcissists. Sometimes you'll see them. Um, they are coming out as professional coaches. Some of them are doing content online. You know, they are helping people doing this. I'm helping this one. I'm helping that one. It's okay if you have sometimes people that believe in you. It's all right. But for most of us who know who a narcissist is, we cannot be fooled. Now, the reason as to why narcissists infiltrate medical departments is because in the medical field, especially, let's start with the hospitals. In these hospitals, we find a lot of suffering people, people with hurting. So these are the guys. Sometimes in hospitals, you see people who are going through pain, many different types of pain, suffering. Some of them are dying there. So there's a lot of negative energy when it comes to narcissists. The narcissist is very, very interested in that kind of energy from such sources as hospitals. Because the narcissists, the more they get close to a person who is actually suffering, probably on their deathbed, or actually who has actually passed away, you're going to pay very close attention. You're going to pay very close attention. In that vicinity, there is going to be a narcissist or two. So this could be a nurse that has been assigned to help those individuals, to take care of them in the hospitals. They're the ones who are medicating them. They're the ones who are doing our own therapy or these things like that. In the medical department, we find narcissists because the reason why they are actually actively involved in those departments is because it is a very good source of fuel for them. So they enjoy those kind of people who are suffering. They are crying. Sometimes something has happened to their body, or they have a particular sickness, a particular disease, a particular ailment. So those individuals, they are always going to be around there to draw some energy from them. Because guys, you already know, we have told you guys over and over again that the people that you're dealing with, they're energy vampires. So these are some of the things you don't even want to hear. The moment you start to discover that actually you have got a patient in hospital, and then you're looking closer that the people who are actually being assigned to take care of those people, they are narcissists. It is going to be one of the most disturbing things you'll ever encounter in your life. Now, I've refused to share a story over the years, but that story is very sensitive. I think it's one of the reasons as to why I've refused to share that story. It's a very, very sensitive story, and it involves a particular narcissist who is actually involved, was involved previously in the medical department. So a lot of times when you have got these patients in hospital, if you guy out there, you've got your mother in hospital, they have been hospitalized, you've got some people, some sick patients in hospital. I want you to pay very close attention. There is going to be always somebody who cannot miss on those visits. They will be the first ones in hospital. They are going to be visiting there. They will be coming around pretending that they are too much concerned about the victim. Or, so this person, we are taking care of them, and they're the ones coming around, giving those patients a shower, giving them this and buying them some food and things like that. You are going to look at it and you're going to think that those individuals, they actually care about those people. But the only reason as to why those individuals are actually in that place with that patient, particular patient, I'm not saying all of them. It doesn't always mean when I talk about this kind of people, I'm talking about everybody. Not everybody is a narcissist. But you're going to pay close attention and you will see that in that particular area, there is a particular visitor or a nurse or a doctor that has been assigned to that particular patient. And that person who has been assigned that, who has been given that assignment is actually a covert narcissist. So sometimes you see these people who are taking care of, who are doing support, support work, those care homes, those domestic, place where they place those kind of vulnerable people. You know what I mean? You're also going to see those narcissists. They like to do those kind of jobs. They are going to be the first jobs on their list, and you're going to notice that in those homes, those care homes or whatever, support homes or things like that, the people that have been assigned to those patients, patients in those places, to assigned to take care of them, they are actually narcissists. Now, the reason as to why many people don't understand this is because a lot of people are unaware about narcissism. You know what I mean? So there's so many people around the world, even including the narcissists themselves. There is so many of them who are not aware that they're actually narcissists. But most of the times you are going to see them, they like to be in those places because in those places there's a lot of vulnerable people. So there's people who are hurting. There's people who are vulnerable, people who can't take care of themselves, there's people who are suffering. You know what I mean? So the narcissist likes to have that negative energy on top of the positive energy. So because you guys already know they like the positive and the negatives. You know what I mean? Wherever the supply comes from, it doesn't matter. But a lot of supply and a lot of fuel is actually coming from those homes, those so-called vulnerable homes where they're putting vulnerable people, hospitals, medical departments. Sometimes you will see even some of these psychologists. You run there, you have a problem, and they're enjoying actually listening to your problem. They're enjoying it. They're not telling you this, but they're enjoying and they're having a kickoff from listening to your problems that you're going through as a victim. So every moment there's an appointment with you and a certain psychologist, and again, I'm not saying all of them, but you also see that those so-called psychologists and therapists, a lot of times they are the problem. So it is one of their ways that they actually feed. You know what I mean? Because I've told you guys these are energy vampires. So energy vampires, they feed off of suffering souls. People who are in the desperate situations. Vulnerable people, people who need help. They like those kind of that kind of energy because that is one of the biggest way they actually siphon energy from you, even without you knowing it. So most of the times when you have these kind of psychologists and therapists who are helping you, and you notice that actually every time you're leaving those places, you're feeling drained. You don't understand why you've been going for those visits over and over again, but it looks as if they're not helping. You know what I mean? Because they're actually not helping you. You are the one helping them. You as a victim, as a patient of those psychologists and therapists, they are not helping you. You are the one helping them. So is why you are struggling to heal. Because actually your own person that has been assigned to help you, or you have assigned to help you, that person, wherever you go for the visit, they're actually siphoning your energy. So they're not helping you in any way. You know what I mean? So it is important for you guys to understand that sometimes around you, you're going to continuously see these individuals everywhere. You know what I mean? Very, very important to understand. And for the most of you guys who have got patients in hospital, people who are in critical conditions, you are going to see a lot of times those narcissists, they're the very first ones to attend to those individuals. Somebody has got an accident, there's a accident and emergency area in that hospital. The first person to attend those places, they're the narcissists. They are the very first people who are going to come around on the scene because that is what they want to see. It is what they want to experience. It is the negative energy they want to feel. They want to get from those situations. So they like pain. They like suffering. They like those kind of people who are being tortured. People are going through tremendous amount of pain because that is how those energy vampires feed. So whichever way you want to look at it, medical places can be hospitals, they can be care homes, they can be support homes, or places where actually people are taking care of the elderly. They can be psychologists' offices, they can be therapists, they can be doctors, they can be nurses. You know what I mean? Those individuals, they're everywhere. So it is for you as a person who is awakened and who is aware about this pandemic that you're supposed to protect your patients because those individuals, they be everywhere. So sometimes when you're dealing with those kind of individuals and you're in the medical department and the person who is taking care of you is a narcissist, healing is going to be very difficult. It is going to be almost impossible to heal because the person who is supposed to heal you themselves, they're on a very low frequency. You know what I mean? There's no way an energy vampire is going to heal you. The only thing they're going to do is add on to your pain. You know what I mean? So that's why you see some of the times when they feel that it's like you're getting in a better place in life, maybe they've been dealing with you for a very long period of time, and they notice that you're getting at a better place in life. They're going to bring up a situation whereby it's going to bring you back to a very low vibration and frequency. So they are going to sabotage your own healing process. If that person is a narcissist, they're going to sabotage. So you should pay close attention when you're dealing with the person who is helping you, and you notice you're not getting any results. You've been years, one year after the other, one year after the other, and it looks as if you're just going in circles, and you're not getting anywhere in life. It looks like you're not getting you're not getting to a very good place in healing, in your healing journey. It is one of the signs that actually most likely that therapist is a narcissist. And on a very subconscious level, secretly, wherever you go for the visit or wherever they come to you to attend to you, they're actually coming in for your energy. You know what I mean? So they're keeping on depleting your energy every now and then, whenever they see you, whenever you meet them. They keep on depleting your energy. You know what I mean? And siphoning your energy from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I've told you, I've got a story. I've come to this video because I've got a story that I've always wanted to share. I'm still thinking about it very seriously. But I'm also thinking about the implications because this story is very sensitive and it involves one of the nurses that I know. You know what I mean? Who was involved in those kind of medical situations. And actually, one of the patients, at the end of the day, that patient died. You know what I mean? So that patient passed on. The patient died in that particular hospital. So I refuse to talk about it because sometimes it can, these cases can just keep on going on and on and on and on. But when I discovered that that particular person who was involved with that patient was a narcissist, and a few months later that patient actually died, that's when I knew that actually all these visits that the narcissist was going in there to pretend that they're the ones taking care of the patient, they were actually going there for their own benefits. So they were not going there to help the patient. They were going there to get energy and to get fuel from that kind of situation. And in the end, that patient died. So this patient was an empath. You know what I mean? It was an empath who was hospitalized and was put into intensive care in a certain hospital. And this nurses kept on going there and there because they were friends. You know, this patient knew this person, and I'm very sure that the patient didn't even know that this person was a narcissist. But when the thing kept on going on, I think it went on for about 5, 6, or 7 months. That patient died and is now a deceased person. So I've refused to talk about it. But in the very good time, one day when I get the proper download, I'll come and I'll share with you that exact story of what exactly happened in that incident because I witnessed everything myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, be careful. If you're a victim of abuse, you're out there seeking for help, maybe you want to get your help online, there's a life coach you want to get advice from, people online or whatever, a therapist or whatever, psychologist, try to make sure that you understand the people that you're dealing with. Because these people, they have placed themselves or they have been placed in those positions for a particular, for a particular reason. And the reason as to why they've been placed in those positions is not to help you. They are going to come in the image of helping you. They'll wear suits and they'll wear all these makeups and suits, and you'll think they will bring all these degrees on the walls, and you think that actually these individuals, they're helping you. But actually, those individuals, they're taking from you. So you are the one helping them. They're not helping you. So the way is the other way around. You know what I mean? And again, it's also important to know that it's not all of them. It's very, very important to understand, ladies and gentlemen, it is not all of them. So that is why it is very important to have that discernment. You need always to have the discernment to know where are you getting your help from and who exactly is helping you. When you ever notice delay, setbacks, you cannot heal, you're not getting to a better place mentally, physically, spiritually, then it's most likely the person that you're dealing with that has been assigned to help you could be a narcissist, and that person is actually the problem. So, guys, let us know what you think about this video in the comment section below. I know that many of you have already met this kind of medical narcissists in whichever way, shape, or form. And I would like to know about that in the comment section below. And until then, it's been a blessing to have you guys on board. Book a session with me if you want to. Donate or support my channel if you want. And until then, I'll get back to you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Love and blessings. Peace.